welcome back to my channel. And yes, it's time for another 10 Etsy store reviews in 10 minutes. This is the rapid fire 10 reviews in 10 minutes section of my content, and it's all about getting maximum value over in as quick as possible time to help pretty much all of you. There'll be a shop for you in these reviews. So I've got a store today with no sales. I've got a store today with 53,000 sales. I've got plant stores, home decor, vintage, education. It's all in here. Shall we get into it? Let's go. So here we go. First store, Interiors MK. They are a virtual interior design store. So you pay for the listing and they will design a rendering for the room of your choice. So there's a few problems here. The first one, only 3 listings. You're not going to get found and make sales with so few listings in the store. Lots more listings needed. Second thing, the price. I know renderings take time. I know it's a very in-depth process, but these prices are very prohibitive for customers, and these would need to come down, or you find a way to speed up the process of your designs so that it makes more sense for a lower price. Either way, you're really going to struggle at this price on the Etsy marketplace to make decent sales. I would say this probably isn't the best marketplace for this, Etsy. I think you can make headway, but you would need to work on the price and the offering to make it a lot more attractive. I know there's a lot of work in there, but this is just going to be tough for you. Okay, that's the first store. Second, brilliant, 53,000 sales. We go from no sales to 53,000. Okay, so this store is obviously successful, loads of listings, but there's a couple of things that I just want to point out here. The first one, we've got an issue with mock-ups. So when you look at these panels for porches and doors, it's actually quite difficult to see what's going on here. And this theme is repeated in places throughout the when you look at the mock-ups. Things like this on the gate here doesn't look great, looks very artificial. I would do some work here and actually take the photos of the item and videos of the item. You've got a great store, deep sales on this, but I think there's room here. You're making so many sales, not such a stretch to actually take an order and do some physical photography and video to increase that connectivity with customers. It all looks a bit artificial, a bit POD, and I would, if it is POD, order some products, start taking real photos and video, bring that connection with the buyers. That's number 2, big store, lots of work to do here. Number 3, Folia Botanical. So this is trellises, garden decor, pot accessories, and so on. First one here, really, really simple. More listings. You could put a number 2 on the front of that and make it 265, and not nearly enough listings here. And the other thing that's costing you sales, this other thing is costing you sales directly, is when you go into a listing and you can see there's low stock. Okay, Etsy reads how much you've got in stock. This won't affect you right now because your sales are low, but you don't want to have low stock on your listings as you grow, because if you ever sell out of a listing, you're immediately going to start losing visibility on that listing. That needs to be changed. You can do this fairly quickly. Run through all your listings, make sure that they're all deeper stock. And also, the last thing, I'd work on your photography. The photography needs work. It's a little bit dull. Listings are too far away. Some work needed here. Work on macro photography. So that's blurring the background, having textured backgrounds, not just sort of a grey, but a texture to the background, and then blurring it out. Most modern phones will do that work for you. So some photography and video work needed there as well. So that is Folia Botanical. And let's get on to the next store. Next store is Tiny Learners Company, is a kids digital download educational store. And this store suffers from the same thing that so many stores do. Number 1, not enough listings. You've got to put so many more listings in than this, and then you'll start to see some traction. Number 2, the mock-ups, they need to be better. We've got everything's so distant. The fonts are distant, the images are distant. People are going to struggle to see what's going on here when they're looking at these listings. So work on the mock-ups, work on your listing number, and you'll find your sales improving. Next store, Task Pins. So Task Pins is another educational store. And here in this store, a couple of things that bother me. The first one is consistency and the mock-ups. We've got 269 listings, but we're all over the place. We're all over the place with the designs, what this all looks like, what the branding looks like. Let's just go into page 3, have a little look in here. There is a lack of consistency. So I would start focusing in on certain areas of what you're doing here. Remember, most of the audience are in the United States. And if you want to make decent sales, you need to remember that when you're doing your digital downloads. So concentrate on the consistency of what you're doing and concentrate on how all this looks visually as well. So it's visually appealing. That's task pins. Let's get on to the next one. So this one is Attic Treasures by Lila. Not sure which way that one goes. Let's have a look here. So the first thing that I want to say, shop setup. You've got to complete your shop. You've got to make it look good. So fill in your seller icon here on the right hand side. Going down to the bottom of the store, there's no about page whatsoever. The store doesn't actually look finished. Okay, that's a huge problem. It's got to look trustworthy. Okay, beyond that, general points here list so many more items. So many more. Vintage is a numbers game. You could put a 0 on the end here, 250 listings. That would be a lot better. Vintage is a numbers game. You don't have the ability to control stock like other sellers do who have 20 in stock, 50 in stock, or however many they need in stock. You just don't have that. So you've got to work on volume. So that is something I would do. And the last point, photography. Photography in the store needs to be better. These grey backgrounds just don't work well. Grey sucks the life out of everything. It's a bad colour balance to use. Try and do macro photography, blur in a living room, a kitchen, a studio space. Try and do that there to improve the quality of your photography. And that is my advice for that store. Let's keep going. And we are on to My Cute Dog Designs. My Cute Dog Designs. Okay, so this is all to do with dogs. First thing for this store, if you scroll down and look down here, where is it? Somewhere around, where is it on this page? Maybe it's on another page. Actually, no, let me just type it in here and I'll find it. If I type in Valentine's, there's a whole load of Valentine's products in here that need to be removed because they haven't sold. So don't leave these in your store clogging up the store because they will just slow you down. We're not due Valentine's now for another year, so I would definitely get rid of those. The other thing here is this. If I just scroll down, this whole keep calm area. This has been done to death for years. Every possibility, every variation's been done. I would swap these out. Get a bit more creative. Get a bit more inspired with what you're doing here because these just won't sell. Okay, moving on. Next door, Blessed Jersey Roots, Christian apparel, home decor, lifestyle. So this store basically has 249 listings, 259 sales, and it's been around since 2023. So we know the sales rate is quite low, and we also know that loads of listings haven't sold in here. Loads. So start swapping out the stuff that's not selling, bring in new listings that might sell or are based on listings that do sell. That's my top piece of advice here. Start working on your listing management and you'll see your sales improve. Okay, next door. I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to pause my clock that tells me how long I've got left. Next door, Little Cookie Prints. Okay, this store, you need to list more. And again, you need to concentrate on what's working and remove what isn't working. I like some of your children's designs. Some of them I don't think are so great for a kid's room, but work on what's working. Push into it. You've got 77 sales. You've got social proof that some of this stuff is working. I would drastically expand the number of listings in your store. You've got to find more winners. Remember, every successful listing you get that works, 20, 30, 40 will fail without a single sale. Bear that in mind and grow your store more. Okay, final store. I don't know how to say this, guys. Etoil, I don't know. I know it's French. Embarrassing, but that's the best I could do. This is a vintage store, and there's two things. No, I can't remember the last time I actually had to mention this on a store, but this store, you need to work on the SEO. You need to work on the SEO because lots of these SEO keywords in your title, so short. So short. You've got room to tell people. Every vintage item tells a story, right? The year it was made, where it was made, the cut, the style, the colour. You've got to put all this into the titles. You're losing sales because you are not eligible for enough keyword queries because the keywords simply aren't there. And the other thing is photography. Remember what I always say, guys, grey in photography. It sucks the life out of whatever you're doing. Look at these crystal glasses, crystal pictures on a nice macro background. They'll look really, really nice. Just in general, grey and backgrounds are not a good idea for your products. So that's the 10 stores this week. Let me know what you thought about this. And remember, if you want to work with me, don't wait, don't guess. The booking now button's coming up on your screen, which takes you to a one-to-one booking link for a call free on Zoom with me so I can work out in paid consultations or mentoring how to improve your Etsy business. I look forward to catching you in the consultations and catching you in the comments. Cheers.